Shout out to the rollerbooters. They're all f***ing sick. Keep killing it. Yeah? I blew that. Don't, that's bad. Don't put it in, okay?
Okay, so what are these super rare sole plates that I was just skating? Well, they're the Grey Matter 6 MH Flat Soul. These were released, I believe, in 2016. The company no longer is in business, but these are CNC machined out of UHMW, which if you're not familiar with UHMW, it is extremely fast sliding and it's extremely durable. These are really unique in the sense that they are reversible. You'll notice that they're basically symmetrical. So when one side wears out, you can just flip it over and use the other side and still have a nice big negative to be able to use for that. These are designed for flat boot skates like the Carbon or the Faction or Icons or whatever. Basically a universal sole plate for flat booted skates. As you may know, if you're a regular viewer, Tree, Rudolph, and I did Tree Week pretty recently in Dallas, where we skated a whole bunch of funny different skates and different spots and stuff like that and had a really, really good time, which you can check out some videos card in the corner right here. His setup was the Danny Beer 909s. He had the Justin Thursday adapter plate to make them flat. And then he was skating these, not these particular ones, but I said, well, those are interesting sole plates. What's the story on those? So he gave me all the backstory and told me all about them. He's like, well, you know, I'm kind of looking for a new pair. He said they're super rare and they're really hard to find. I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, I've never seen a pair. So 3 days later, I'm on Blade Trade Outpost on Facebook, which go check that out if you haven't already. You can find a lot of cool used rollerblading stuff. And a pair of these pops up for like 60 bucks. I'm like, hey man, check these out. Like, they just got posted. That's crazy. So he ended up buying them and asking me, hey man, like, do you want to make a video on these? And of course I'm like, yes, I do. Thank you so much. I originally put these on the Gawds, as you saw in the first session there, which I've never skated Gawds before. So I popped them on there, and Omar, one of the local skaters here, let me use his Gawds. So thank you, Omar, for letting me use those. So I popped them on there and skated them. And as far as the performance of the sole plates, they slid really fast. They felt really secure on like top sides and sole grinds. The only thing I think I think I'm just being really nitpicky, but the backslide groove could be, I think, a little bit more pronounced. I'm just really being nitpicky on this one though. But anyway, that first session was really good. And then Tree mentioned that I could put them on rems because I have these. Thank you, Anthony, for hooking it up with these. But Tree mentioned, hey, like, you can actually put them on rems. So I'm like, okay, well, let me give it a shot. And so I popped them on here. He said that it wouldn't be necessarily ideal, but it would work. And I think that was exactly right. It worked, and it wasn't exactly ideal because there's a lot of irregularities. I don't know that the rems is technically a flat boot skate. So the mounting was just a little bit kind of janky. You can kind of see daylight shining through there. A lot of the grinds I was doing, the sole plate would I could feel the sole plate flexing, almost independent of the boot. Just, I don't know, between the flex of the rems and that sort of, the sole plate being a little bit squirrely, it was definitely a little bit of a challenge, especially on that rainbow Twinkie, as I'm gonna call it. I've never had that much trouble trying to do like sole tricks on that fat Twinkie. But outside of that, set slides were really fun, super slick, super fast. They held up really well, almost no wear, which is cool. Thank you again to Omar, Anthony, and Tree for all helping me make this happen. I'm like skating almost none of my stuff here, so thank you all so much. If you did like the video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. Go check out everyone's information down in the description below. Tree has his own channel you can go subscribe to. I'll link to his Instagram as well. It's a good follow. He posts a lot of crazy stuff if you haven't seen it already. So with that, we will see you on the next video. Take care. Which one of these videos looks more interesting to you? This one or this one? Click one to support the channel and to support rollerblading, and I'll see you there.